That's actually pretty, I guess, like a little accurate, you know, kind of how it would be. I mean, I kind of hope it's not the case. It just happens. A nice little wattle and daub house. That's not there. Go ahead and get this all done without losing any more resources here, so we can make more. Should the need of burgers. So it looks like it takes a whole 12 to make. Yeah. It takes a whole 12 to go ahead and put that down, a full block on the fence. That's less than ideal. I mean, what are you gonna do? So. And that was all of the grass. Bam. Now that was all of the other stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to keep applying daub. Not enough in that stack. Just keep applying daub everywhere we can. This is going to be our first house following up, which was, you know, once again, that was a huge portion of, you know, human evolution was, you know, like how do we make homes? And some genius came along and said, you mix clay and you go ahead and use sticks to make a frame. You get, you know, you make daub, mix clay, dirt and whatnot to get some daub, kind of like Adobe. And, you know, some grass. I mean, it's basically an early form of Adobe. And you get this kind of material that you can use, basically like a sculptable, insulative kind of little material that you can put down and have a nice little home. You know, and that's what we got here, a nice little home. And the door's a little offset there. Probably make a crude door. Later on. But right now, we are going to do one last thing before the stream ends, which is going to be going to these various prophets that I've looking at the mature ones, pulling off a little trick. Yeah. That's right. That's still a trick you can do. That's right. Let the other ones, you know, continue being little crops in the ground there. But yeah, remember that trick, everyone? Tyrant said he's gonna patch that out. Yeah, darn right, I'm gonna use it. There was blue clay right here. We didn't have to go on an adventure. I mean, we did find the meteoric iron on the adventure, but there was blue clay right here. We didn't have to go on the adventure. It's not marked. It looks like this does not automatically get marked by the mini-map card, but red clay, for some reason, does. Ain't that a kick in the head? So we are just going to keep going to all these different little props that I found. We're going to use our hub. It's not quite ready. Honestly, we're in an area that's raining a lot right now. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Even though it's a low growth speed, I'll make it grow a little faster. We're just going to go around each and every single different little place that I've marked down crops on the map and look for something that is fully grown. And just kind of do that. And get a good healthy amount of turnips. In fact, we got 2 seeds from that one because it was tilled ground that I pulled it up off of instead of untilled ground. Or you would maybe not get a seed at all. There's some chickens out. Cassius! I'm surprised I didn't candy cane my ankles going down that far. Oh, that's two things that sure smell. Darn tootin', I'm gonna abuse that. Go ahead and get it. You know what? I'm not gonna be able to use these wild lines. I don't have to. Go ahead and pull all this up and get a good amount of spell drain. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And also they will be moved over to the other area. They will exist, bringing more people. There is a chamber. Actual alive chamber. It'd be nice to mark down, so that's nearly done. So that's a good idea. Because it's all in the area, so with our little trick, we can go ahead and use that to basically collect a lot more than we would otherwise think. So let's see here. That's everything that was in the vicinity of the little area that I've built. That's fine. Of course, it's going to be one to check those pine trees down there for resin. And this is a nice little area. Chalk for lime. It'll make a good building material later on. And in addition to that, there's shale just across the way. Slate shale? Is that shale sand that we had? I think it was shale sand that we had. But you know, it's just down the way. It'll look nice. You know, just over there. And if I recall correctly, can I make shale roof blocks out of shale? Alum shale. And uranium. What would I do with the spicy ore? What would I do? There have to be slate tiles. I really like the look of the slate roof. So that's going to be a bit of a trek back to the slate areas, which is fine. We'll do that after we've committed to making actual things. As you can see, we have the wattle and daub. Nice wattle and daub home. We got a bit of flax fibers. That's nice. We got some turnips and some spelt to go plant down. That's going to be cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it like this. It's going to be K, and I have 4, 5. So it'll probably be flax, then nitrogen, and then phosphorus. And we'll go ahead and lay down a second thing of phosphorus there, but during peak growing seasons, we'll go ahead and pull out parsnips or the onions or what have you, and only be running one circle of onions, because it'll be flax, nitrogen crop, phosphorus crop, pea crop. Because flax is nitrogen, I believe. So it'd be nitrogen, or not nitrogen, potassium crop, I think. K is potassium. It might be P. It's been a while. But yeah, so it'll be like that. And so we got that going on. I don't think there's anything else that we can do around here. And next stream, we will focus on trapping some of these chickens in a hole. I'm going to put them in a hole. They're going to live in the hole. They're going to like living in the hole. They're going to enjoy the hole. And the ocean on the skin. No. We don't go there. So that'll be all. Go ahead and get scenic up in here. And, then we get even more scenic. Hang on a second. ahead and call this at the end of the stream here. We've got a nice, wonderful world out there. And I will see all of you tomorrow, maybe. Probably actually mostly think this on weekends going forward, well in the future, because I will be going to college. That will mean that I won't have time for many days to stream. But tomorrow we will have another stream, and then Wednesday there will, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday there will not be a stream. Friday, Saturday, or Sunday there will be a stream going forward. 5 p.m. start, 7 p.m. end, and thank you all for showing up. Much appreciated.